It was so bad yesterday. The refs. Like, something has to change. Like
I'm passionate about this one.
And it's not even like, I know you are, Dobbs, but like, it's not even like the Bears had some ticky-tack calls and stuff. Like, but the Gabe Davis one really strikes me different. Because that's a drop.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone saw that in America. Why didn't you go back and change it? Yeah, maybe they ran hurry up and stuff like that. The Cowboys game. Did you see the no call on CeeDee Lamb? Bro, he was there. The ball isn't even close to him. Jair Alexander literally hacked him. And then before that, they got an offside penalty on Jalen Tolbert. And
I saw that.
You saw that? And he literally he obviously points to the ref when he lines up. Every receiver does that.
Right.
That's in your brain.
You don't want to line up off sides.
And the ref told him to scoot up.
No, and there's so many
There's
other
video. There's
examples.
video. Like
Yeah,
they're like,
you're right.
and Tolbert said it. He's like, the guy literally told me to scoot up. I just need to know, like, something has to change about these refs. They have to be held accountable because even after the Bears-Dolphins game, it's like, oh yeah, the NFL came out and said that they should have called 2 flags. That does nothing for anyone after the fact. Fire them, suspend them, do something, fine them. Like, there has to be a change, and that just brings into my question: should like more calls be able to be challenged?
Let me go last, please, because I have so much to say that I don't want to take the floor. Like, I want everyone else to go first.
I just want to
because
say
have too
real
many
quick,
things.
I absolutely think that subjective based calls should be challenged, like PI and stuff.
Like, there's so many times like they're like, yeah, like a PI, bro. That changes the whole game because it's a spot foul.
Right.
That could be 50 yards down the field, and then they get it there. That happened again in the Dolphins game. Tyreek had an underthrown ball in the end zone. Damn, landed at the 1, touchdown next play. That changes every damn thing. Yeah, it was probably a PI, but like make that challengeable. Like make them think about it. Like I don't know what has to happen, but something needs to be done because it is getting so bad. Like these guys are 60-year-old men who like probably blind damn near at this point. Something has to
I don't think
change,
they're full
man.
time either.
Yeah, like I don't know what's going on, man. It's really blowing me up. Like it sucks watching it sometimes and seeing a game get changed. Like like I'm not here to watch y'all. Like no one is.
Right.
It bugs me, and it wasn't even with the Bears this week. It was last week with the Bears. So I felt for Cowboys fans. I like Vikings. Yes, they ended up winning, but that Gabe Davis one probably should have never went to OT or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just so many instances. It's always across the league. Like holding calls, like those are really hard to see. Yeah, but those I feel like should be challengeable because they are hard to see. Get a closer look at it. Are they really holding, 2 hands on their back or something like that? I don't know. Something's got to be changed because I saw a couple holding calls that no one touched them in the Chargers game, in the Cowboys game. The Bears had one. Like, it's just, I don't know. It blows my mind sometimes.
Right. And I will say that, sports in general, sometimes the refs will have a part in the game and they'll have a game-changing call. Sometimes it's part of sports. Sometimes that's why baseball doesn't do the, automated strike and ball caller because there's a human element to sports. And I understand that. But there's a point in where you're crossing a line by changing the game so much that it becomes almost not impossible to overcome. But to your point, the underthrown defensive pass interference call is the most egregious call in sports. If you're a corner and the quarterback throws the ball behind you, underthrown at your feet, there's no other sound way that you can tell the ball, A, is being underthrown, B, change the way that you're playing defense, because when you're hip to hip with a receiver, you're expecting the ball to be thrown in the receiver's hands. So you're playing him no matter what. If the ball's underthrown and the receiver has to come back for it, that's not your fault for being in the right position. You're there, you're playing good defense. If the quarterback makes a bad throw, how the hell is that a call for you? Plus, you're typically a 40 or 50-yard play. So
Always.
that's changing the entire game. And honestly, in the Super Bowl against Philly, I remember Tom, he does this a lot. Tom threw a ball to, I don't remember
I
the
think
receiver.
it might have been Gronk.
It might have been Gronk, but it was like a 40-yard play, underthrown, corner or linebackers playing good coverage, and they call a defensive pass interference. And I'm like, you've seen this happen for, when was that game? 3 or 4 years ago? It's happened for 4 years now, and the coaches are, seeing this as well, telling the guys how to play defense. There's just not a way to play against that.
Well,
Like it just happens.
Side note on just this point, because that's a great point. I haven't even thought about this. Like this, and this is just realistic for a sec. Why in the fuck? So if there's a pass interference on a ball that's uncatchable, the refs are like, oh, it's uncatchable or tipped. It's you can't interfere on that. Why would the same rule not apply to underthrown balls? Yeah, gang, balls underthrown. It's a simple. This is the point, guys. This is the fucking point of why I get so mad. And I'm gonna keep it real. Again, Saints fan. So imagine all this kept your team literally out of a chance to win a ring. I've seen it happen. This is the point. It has nothing to do with. They don't want to make the right call, bro. It's the integrity of what's happening. They clearly favor certain markets. They clearly favor certain fucking areas and regions that are going to give them more money, that they give them more viewership. It has nothing to do with the best team. It has to do with getting most money. And until that changes, this will always be an issue. And gambling made this 20 times worse. You have some dumb fucking ref who has literally, like you said, he's a part-time loser. I don't give a fuck what he does on the side. He tells his fucking cousin, hey, dude, make sure you take this over because I'm gonna make sure it hits. Put 10 grand on that over. It's gonna hit. When shit like that is possible, the game's fucked and it will stay fucked. Quote that. That's the problem. If you're not a fan of a big market team, and that's why I feel so shitty. Every single week, our team is at a disadvantage. No doubt about it. If we're not playing with a small market team, there's not a doubt about it. And that shit is frustrating. I know every small market fan agrees with that shit.
No, real shit.
That's real life, bro. It's ridiculous.
Can I fuel this really quick and then keep going?
Like it's from the last. Thank God this won the fucking Super Bowl.
I understand there's good coaching, but in the last 10 games of no penalties, it's the Chiefs, Packers, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Colts, Chiefs, Eagles, Patriots, and Browns.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
So
of
the Packers and Chiefs are in there.
A lot of Packers. Yeah, that's unreal.
40%.
I'm not kidding you. That is so. I lost money yesterday. I bet on 3 teams that had a 14-point lead yesterday. I swear to you, all 3 of them had 14-point leads. That Packers one pissed me off the Packers Cowboys game pissed me off so much, because I'm not kidding you. I don't know what they saw. Like
they don't, bro. Even
if I didn't have money out of it, like I would have still been pissed. Like I'm gonna fucking show every last one of you the fucking picture because this is unreal.
I know. I saw it.
Is that not a DPI?
Right.
That's of course it is. And there will be refs that are literally looking right at it. You will see it. That's the point. As I promise you, they have in their head, I'm going to make as minimal calls as possible for this. They will make enough that it is not completely obvious, but they certainly know who they want to win the game. It might not always be the result. They can try their fucking hardest, and sometimes a team will overcome it, which does happen a fair amount of time, because sometimes, that is, like you said, it's a human element. Sometimes, even when they still want someone to win, but the reality situation is a lot of these dudes have an agenda. It might not be all of them. It might not be saying half of them is bad. But the point of the matter is, at least enough of these dudes do not have integrity. They don't know what they're doing. They literally aren't even full-time. The NFL is so fucking lazy that they won't pay the most important guys on the field that don't play the game a full-time salary. And that's exactly how they feel about us as fans, if you're not one of the fucking golden fan bases. And you guys are lucky enough to be into a big market.
But
like the refs make $200K a year.
They $200K a year, but they should be making.
That's a good job.
It is, but it's like, but they're not full time. Well, then they should be. No, they should be at least. Something needs to change.
I don't think it matters if they're full time or not. You're making $200K. Like you're pretty set for
but that's
what
not
they're
their
making comfortable life.
Well, I think what they're making doesn't even matter. My point is, like, it's like if what they're being told to do is to make certain calls for certain teams, else they're not gonna be able to be a ref anymore.
Yeah.
Then like that's the point though. It's like what they're being paid doesn't even really matter. It's the integrity of what they're getting paid.
I'm telling you, man.
You know what I mean?
Okay. When it comes down to it, I'm so certain that Vegas has a hand in all of this, because when a team is 80% of the public bet is on a certain team, I promise you the other team is covering.
It happens. Ticky. The games get
every
ticky.
time. And to anyone out there that sees this, if you need to go in and look at what the percentage of the bets are for the public, because I promise you the other team is covering.
Dude, I'm not fucking
99% of the time.
I'm not kidding you. The Bears they had a 14-point lead yesterday. Jalen Johnson had a phantom hands to the face call. The guy literally fell. There's a picture of him falling, and yes, Jalen's pressing. The fuck is he's not going for his face, he's going for his chest.
That's what the Saints lost the Vikings game on this year.
I don't get it.
I know what you mean. It's literally it was the same way we lost to the Vikings.
Did the Bears have an 80? I think they had like an 80-some amount of bets on them yesterday. Like 90% sure. They had a 14-point lead going into the fourth quarter.
We're calling this episode "Fuck Refs." Like this is the "Fuck Refs" episode.
The Bears had 70% of the spread bets and 84% of the money line bets.
Boom.
And it's usually you'll see the money line be like super favorite if it's like minus 300. People are throwing in like parlays and stuff. The Bears were minus 150.
What was the Cowboys game yesterday?
That one was like 50-40, so it was close.
It was close.
Like 55-45.
Bills.
Where are they?
I will just admit though, the Bills
pretty
just straight
close,
up beat
too.
themselves to it. It's like the Bills just that was
Yeah,
just
No,
that was a beat
outrageous.
It
yourself.
wasn't for their favor. I was just saying because that was just a weird one too. I don't know, man. Something's going on. I hate it. Like
I've been feeling like
seriously.
this literally for years, and it only got worse after we got cheated out of the bowl because then when Sean Payton wore the clown shirt with Goodell on it, I'm not even kidding you. I literally feel like things got infinitely worse. Like where it's like the Saints I actually are the most penalized team in the league. I know for a fact this year, but that's also because they just suck and they penalize a lot. But then it's like things get caught on tight. Like
Weird.
wait.
It's just-
Also,
The Raiders had 83% of the money line and 68% of the spread.
interesting.
Hmm.
Wait a second though, seriously, because let's see who had the more penalties yesterday in the Bears Lions game.
we do need to start keeping track of this somehow.
The Bears
The
had
one people, we be like the
listen,
one
listen,
people
listen.
that keep track of how
the
fraudulent the
Bears.
refs are.
The Bears had 9 penalties for 86 yards. The Lions had 2 for 15 yards. And the Bears, it seemed like they have been one of the more least penalized teams because I've noticed that. Like
That's
I think
Eberflus's
I
line.
and that the Lions
Eberf-
get penalized all the time.
that's Eberflus's kind of thing, and it's kind of like a Lions thing that they like. I don't know, man. It was bad. It's pissing me off, honestly. Like something's got to happen. I know it sounds like
Sportsbooks can't run out of
I
money,
am-
bro.
I
If they run out of money, they're
yes,
fucked. So
I am bitching. There's no two ways around it. I'm bitching. Yes. But like I'm bitching because I'm a fan of the game and like sometimes
I'm bitching with him.
it hurts, bro, to watch.
So many of the people's comments are going to be like, oh, he's just because he's a Bears fan, blah, blah, blah.
I talked about the Cowboys Packers game. I talked about the Bills Vikings. The Chargers game, there was a couple misholdings. Like there's just so many. Like I know they're humans too, but like something should be challengeable. That's just my stance.
They just need to get a sky judge. The XFL did it great, and it was amazing.
They should.
It would solve all this,
I'm
all
with
of it.
You know, real quick, last side note about this, unless I don't know something to say, but there's a video, and I don't remember who it was exactly from, but Dylan, I think you know what I'm talking about. You know John Boy?
John Boy,
He
yeah, I love
broke
John
down
Boy media.
how they do it in cricket, and it's like if the refs don't know, and they're kind of like, and even just one ref is like, no, it's not. We're gonna take it. They take the shit to literally so everyone in the stadium can see it. Everyone in the stadium is seeing exactly how it's being reviewed. You can literally hear everyone talking, so it's not like you're not like what are they saying to each other. That's another thing with the NFL is you really a lot of time there's no
Transparency
trust.
would be
There's-
nice.
There's no transparency. You have no clue what the discussion is. So they show you the discussion, they show you exactly what they're reviewing, and they have like a group of 30 guys all reviewing it together, and they come to a consensus. You have a big number of guys that say, yeah, that's the right call. And even with that, you know what? It still could be a jury where they still are just gonna like F you over, but it makes it a lot harder to do it that way. It really makes it a lot harder to want to mess games up on purpose when you have that kind of integrity in place.
I never thought of that when they huddle up for so long.
You have no idea what they're
What
saying.
the hell are they talking
Oh,
about?
dude, I
for
guarantee
so
one of
long?
them's like, no, we can't make that call right now, dude. That's gonna fuck over one thing. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even see their faces. It's literally like they huddle up like as close as they can, so you cannot hear or see the conversation.
I don't know, man. It's just feeling weird this year. I don't know.
I am glad I am not alone because I've known this since 2018 with a vigorous passion.
Yeah, I don't know. Yesterday it pissed me off a lot. For sure. Yes, it did.
That felt good. I needed to like get
money,
this out.
money was for sure involved. Yes, I was mad I lost money. But also just more the fact that like these old heads don't know what to do.
He's spitting.
And I'm gonna tell the people that comment, yeah, I lost money. So that could be somewhere the anger's coming from. But also like I'm not even saying it for the Bears in general. Like it's a lot of other teams I'm noticing.
Fuck you, John Hussey.
Fuck John Hussey.
There's so many refs I could go off on, bro. That just like I could go. So
I didn't even give my Fields rant today because the refs got me hyped.